we've looked at page numbers, but there's so much more that you can do with your header and your footer. So we're going to go back to the Insert tab, and in the header and footer group, we'll see header here. So I'm going to drop that down. And a lot of what we saw with page numbers, we're going to be able to see items here that are quickly designed for us. We just need to make some choices. So blank, it just gives us a field to type in what we want. And then this one, 3 columns, something here, something here, something here. Document title would be listed here as well. Now you have to remember it has to know what it's called, or a field called document title. Same thing with banded, even page. Now that's bringing in a page number in the header, which you may want. It's also available in header here. So this is a little different style than we saw in page number, but it's another look. That's even page, then odd page. And that's just the top of this. So filigree, looks like we have document title and author name listed up here. Document title and date. Document title here with a red band. Big blue page number. There we go. Retrospect. I think I missed one here. Motion, and it picks up the document title here. So lots of different styles. Something called slice and viewing master, wisp. And then you can, even though it's going off the screen, there's an option for more headers from office.com. Editing the header and removing the header. So you have lots of different options that are available here. So I'm just going to scroll up, and let's do this one where it'll give us our document title. Okay. Now it doesn't know the document title. We haven't told it that. So we'll just go ahead and put that in. Take your strides outside. There we go. I'm just going to click away from it and close the header and the footer. Okay. Now that looks nice because it combines the page number and the title of the document. So I can just go right through it, and there's page 2 and page 3, and then the title is on every page. Okay. Now we have more room to work with, but let's go to the footer. So let's go to the Insert tab, and let's drop down footer. And you're going to get a lot of the same choices, just obviously at the bottom of the page. Here's the bottom part of filigree and grid. We had all those before. There's motion. Okay. And let's just see what else we've got. Several of these. So this was the bottom part of motion that we chose up above. So I'm going to choose the date here. And in this one, it's giving me a calendar. I could replace that with, the field that I want. So I'm just going to choose tomorrow date. There we go. So now that's going to be on that every time. So depending on how you want to use that, that's a quick way to get that up and running. So here's your header, and here's your footer. By the way, when you want to get into these, you can always just double click in those areas, and that opens them up. You can click on the fields and begin to add things if you like. Now, one of the things we haven't looked at closely is when you open up the header and the footer, you have this new ribbon that's available under a tab called Design, and you're able to make your changes to the header and footer from here. Same thing with the page number. But you can add things like date and time, document information like author, file name, file path, document title. You can get into properties that are common. Okay, and then you can add your own fields here, especially ones that you may already have here, but you can add more of those. Okay, so for example, instead of having the date here, I'm going to delete this. Let's see, how am I going to do that there? There, I'll select it there. And instead of just having the date that we manually put in every time, I'm just going to click on date and time. And let's just choose the date. Actually, I'm not going to use the time, so maybe we like the way that it's spelled out here, and I'll click OK. So what that does is every time I open this document and I'm getting ready to print it or send it to anybody, it updates that date automatically. So I'm going to close the header and the footer. Let's scroll down, and there it is on every page. So if I close this, I open it up tomorrow, it'll replace that with the next day's date and so forth. Okay, so let's go back into the footer, and notice you've got other parts here that we showed. We also have access to quick parts here, auto texts, document properties, we saw that, and then fields where you can get in and here's date and time again, dates, edit time, printing date if you wanted that to be in there, save date, the actual time, all those pieces. So lots of different options to go into your fields for the header and the footer. You can even put in pictures that you have locally or on your internet, online pictures if you need to jump to the previous or go to the header from this page or go to the next item, previous and next within your document. We only have one in there. You can set it up for different first pages, which happens a lot. You may not want this setup here. Let me click that away. We do a different first page, and that'll turn that off, and then it picks up on the other two pages. Very nice. You can even do different odd and even pages, and you can turn off the document text so that you're just looking at the headers and the footers here. In this case, we're looking at headers, so I'm only seeing the headers right now. I'm going to go ahead and show the rest as we go through. All right, and then, oh, that's right, we told it the first page to be different, and it'll pick it up down here. There we go. Header from the top. So if you have problems with printing because whatever you have up here is too large, or it's cutting into where the printer can print and not print, then you may need to move that up or down a high, more header, more footer. You can insert alignment tabs here for tab stops, because there's already some here. That's a center alignment and that's a right alignment as well. So as you click here and you hit tab, let me click away from this. There, as I hit tab, then I can put new things in there. Now this title is a very large field, so let me just make sure it sits here. And then as I put things in here, I want to go to tab over to the right hand side. Maybe what I want to do is I want to put in today's date just for once up in the top here. I'll click OK. It's not in the footer after the first page. Yeah, so it's only going to start on the second page here because we have a different first page. Okay, so lots of options for you. What's very nice is that you're able to go right into headers and create things very quickly, so that it's an option for you, and it changes all of your headers and changes all of your footers very quickly. So good thing to learn, good way to really enhance your document without giving it too much information, but it's a nice extra feature to have to make your documents known as far as how many pages there are, what date that was created, all kinds of different things that are available.